Welcome to Mindset Monday, where we don't play nice with your excuses. This is the Bad Influence podcast, the one they warn you about. I am Bjordan Banderas, and I'm not here to cuddle you. I'm here to help you take back control of your mind. So if you're tired of drowning in anxiety and overthinking every damn thing, this is your call to wake the hell up. Let's rebuild your mental game from the ground up. Listen up. The greatest tragedy isn't dying young. No, it is not. It's something way worse. It's living your entire life at half-ass speed because you're too scared to fully step into your power. That's right. You're scared of stepping into your power, of knowing who you really are, of knowing the things that you can actually achieve. You've been operating with one foot on the gas, one foot on the brake, and you wonder why you're exhausted. I know a lot of people are doing this because I did the exact same thing, and I see people doing the exact same thing that I was doing just 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 15 years ago. But let me ask you something. What invisible leash have you allowed the world to strap around your potential? And why the hell are you still wearing it? That's a good question, don't you think? Because here's the thing. You didn't put that leash on yourself. You inherited from parents, teachers, or exes who never dreamed big enough for themselves. That leash is the toxic whisper telling you, stay realistic. It's the voice saying, dreams like that are reserved for other people, not for you. Well, I'm here to tell you, and listen to what I'm about to say. That's bullshit. It's a borrowed limitation. Yes, you're borrowing it. Somebody gave it to you forcefully. So it's time to give it back. Because the truth is, you didn't choose those limits. You were conditioned into accepting them. You were 5 years old, 10 years old. You didn't know what you were doing when you accepted them. But your potential isn't theirs to decide. You decide your limits. Only you. And only you can actually say what you can and cannot achieve. So rip off that leash and rewrite the damn blueprint of what's possible for you. And I'm going to hit you with a harsh reality check. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. How many of you do that? Like I said, I used to do this a lot. They drown in motion but rarely build momentum. And let me ask you straight. Are you addicted to being busy, or are you actually building something that matters? Busy is the drug for people afraid to sit still and realize they lack direction. It's an illusion of progress. Let's just put it simply, right? You're sprinting in place and wondering why you haven't moved forward. Did I strike a nerve? Probably I did. Because when you do this, don't just fill your day, build your fucking legacy. That's what you need to do. You're not building a legacy that you can be proud of. Real productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. It's intention over chaos. It's the discipline, ruthless elimination of distractions until your path forward is unmistakably clear. How much of your day is ruled by intention versus obligation? How often are you saying yes when your soul screams no? Every second you spend reacting instead of creating is another second stolen from your potential, not mine, not your parents, Not your sisters, not your cousins, nobody, not even your friends. If your days are dominated by other people's priorities, you're not living, you're surviving. Your dreams don't stand a chance if your energy is constantly hijacked. Say no more often. Protect your time as fiercely as you'd protect your life. Because that's exactly what it is. And I want you to consider this. What version of yourself are you protecting by staying small and comfortable? Are you playing defense for a past version of you that's already expired? Comfort isn't a sanctuary. It's a prison cell with cushy furniture. It is. It truly is. Comfort is exactly where ambition goes to die quietly. It's the anesthesia for greatness. Going all in might piss people off. Yes, it will. People are going to get pissed off. It might even scare you. But it's also the only way you'll ever wake the world up to your existence. And maybe that's what scares you the most, being truly seen. Because once you're seen, guess what happens? You're accountable. Once you're seen, there's no going back. But the alternative, remaining invisible, that's death by slow drip. So let's talk about discipline versus self-betrayal. Because discipline honors your vision. That's what it does. That's why it's so important to have discipline. Because you're honoring your vision. It's the voice saying, this matters. Do it even when it's hard. Self-betrayal, on the other hand, is working your ass off to fulfill everyone else's agenda while your own dreams starve in silence. So be honest. How many hours have you lost grinding for someone else's goals? That's a good question. How many of your own promises have you broken to please a boss, a friend, or society's expectations? Let me be crystal clear. If your routine doesn't move you closer to your goals, it isn't discipline. It's just a cleverly disguised distraction keeping you from becoming who you're meant to be. Every day, you do something that kills your momentum. You truly do. You are always doing that. I know because, like I said, I see people doing the exact same thing that I was doing 10 years ago. And you do it simply because it feels familiar. You've been doing this for years. You've been doing it for so long, it's automatic. It's like a muscle reflex. Maybe it's the endless scrolling, binge watching trash, or comforting yourself with bad habits. How many of you have you done that? Or how many of you are doing that right now? That's a good question too. Whatever it is, identify it and cut it out ruthlessly. Routines feel safe even when they sabotage us. But repetition alone isn't progress. Only intentional action counts. Yes, it has to be intentional. You have to have an intention behind it. Comfortful food kills your body. Comfort habits murder your potential. So let me ask you bluntly, who would you become if you stopped trying to fix everything and started executing like your life depended on it? So stop chasing perfection. It's just procrastination with better branding. Perfect is a myth. Done is better than flawless. Your raw, chaotic, unpolished execution could shatter limitations. If only you stop overthinking and started moving. But let's be brutally honest. Your so-called perfectionism is just fear dressed up in fancy language. You call it preparing. You call it refining. But you and I both know it's bullshit. You know it's true. And probably right now, you're like, oh, damn it, Jordan. You're hitting that nerve that hurts so much. Well, that's why I want you to understand. That's why I'm doing the podcast, to wake you the hell up. And right now, you're afraid to ship it, afraid to suck, afraid to be judged. But you can't dominate a world you're hiding from. Fear is a terrible advisor. So fire it immediately. Let's talk lies. Because we all lie to ourselves. And people have lied to you for a very long time. And these are people that care about you, right? You've been sold a narrative that productivity means endless output. Never rest, never pause, just grind until you collapse. But here's the secret. True productivity isn't frantic hustle. It's precise, ruthless clarity. Sometimes the key to unlocking your full potential isn't addition, it's subtraction. Remove the distractions, delete meaningless tasks, and make room for what actually moves the needle. Here's your permission slip. Delete what doesn't serve your mission. Embrace alignment. Multiply impact by doing fewer things exceptionally well. And let me be clear. Let me be clear in case that you still don't believe in yourself. You don't lack talent, resources, or opportunity. What you lack is permission. Permission from yourself to be relentless, unapologetic, and utterly committed to your potential. So here's your wake-up call. Nobody is coming to give you permission. Nobody is going to hand you your dream life. And that's the truth. Nobody is going to do that for you. So if you want it, you have to become it right now. Your potential doesn't exist in some far off future. It's hiding behind the excuses you make today. The barriers are imaginary. The resistance is internal. So today, right at this moment, declare war on mediocrity. Stop negotiating with your comfort zone. The best version of you isn't created by cautious steps. It's forged through fierce, relentless action. So reclaim your mornings, control your calendar, stop reacting and start architecting your day like your future depends on it. Because it absolutely does. Protect your energy ruthlessly. Every single person in your life should either elevate your vision or vacate your circle. Mediocre influences lead to mediocre outcomes. You are the average of the voices you listen to the most. So, if you want to change, audit your surroundings and remove toxic, doubting, fearful influences. Elevate your inputs. Elevate your life. Stop living in perpetual distraction. Because a lot of people do this. You get distracted. You have social media. You have your phone. You have porn. You have all these OnlyFans. Right? So you get distracted with a body. You get distracted with people showing their bodies. Right? And then you don't do anything the rest of the day. So stop living in perpetual distraction. Deep work is the secret weapon of unstoppable people. Block out the noise and dive deep, because shallow work produces shallow results. I know. It's hard to understand, right? But it's actually easy to overcome. If you're doing shallow work, your results will be shallow. And I need you to understand that. So you need to set clear boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you say no to your dreams. So take immediate control of your narrative right now. Rewrite the story you've been telling yourself. Because here's the thing. Here's the most important thing that I'm going to tell you in today's episode. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to pivot into greatness. Right fucking now. And I want you to picture this. You're 27 years old. Working 2 jobs. All right? Especially with today's economy, right? This story fits right in. You're working 2 jobs. Not because you love the hustle, but because you're terrified of still being broke at 30. You wake up every day to an alarm that feels like a gunshot to your chest. Have you ever felt that? Oh, I have so many times throughout my life. So you chug coffee like it's courage. Your liquid courage that doesn't require alcohol, right? You dress in the dark. You get in your car and drive 40 minutes to a job that's eating your soul like a slow acid drip. And everyone around you thinks you're doing well because you're busy, because you're responsible, because you don't complain. But you know the truth. You're drowning in motion. You're sprinting in place. You've been living at 40% for years. You try not to think about the dream you buried at 21, just 6 years ago. That thing you were obsessed with, that dream that you were like, I want to do this. That skill, that vision, that wild calling that used to keep you up at night. You gave it up because rent was due. How many of you guys have done that? You gave it up because your mom said, be realistic. How many of you have done that? You gave it up because failure failed louder than success ever did. So what do? You shrank. You got good at pretending. You told yourself you'd chase it later. But every year, that dream gets quieter. And your exhaustion, louder. Then one Tuesday morning, life sucker punches you. The ceiling collapses in your apartment. Water damage, they say. But you hear the metaphor screaming. This is what happens when you ignore the leaks. You're standing in soaked socks, staring at drywall and dreams that never left the planning stage. Then, rage, pure rage hits you. Then, regret. Then, something that you haven't felt before in a really long time. Clarity. You realize you've been busy, but you haven't built a damn thing. You've mastered the art of distraction, scrolling, stressing, saying yes to shit you hate. Your calendar is full, but your life is hollow. You've let fear wear the mask of responsibility for too damn long. You see it now. Your comfort was the real collapse. You make a violent decision. Cut the dead weight. Quit the second job. Wake up at 4 a.m. and rebuild your life one brick at a time. You delete the apps. Cancel Netflix. And I know for a lot of you that's going to be hard. But sometimes you have to do hard. You pick up that old notebook, that dusty camera, that thing that used to make you feel alive. And this time, you don't ask anyone for permission. You just go. You move messy. You fail fast. You bleed into the process. And for the first time in years, you're actually building. That ceiling didn't just collapse. It called you the fuck out. and you listen. Because sometimes life doesn't knock, it kicks the damn door in and says, "You don't pretending yet? You don't pretending?" See, like this is what happened to me when my wife got sick. When we lost everything. When we had to go back to living, or we actually had to go living with my in-laws. Or we would have been homeless. That's when life kicked in the door and said, "You don't pretending yet? When are you gonna step into your success, into your power, huh? Into your greatness?" And here's the thing, your potential was never missing. No, it was never missing. It was just buried under excuses, under busyness, under fear, labeled as responsibility. But now you see it. Life removed the blinders for you. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Discipline isn't self-punishment. It's self-respect. And greatness? Oh, greatness. Greatness is not handed out, it's earned. So you stop reacting. You started creating. And slowly, brick by brick, the life you were meant to live rises from the rubble. You're not getting back on track. You're laying the damn track. One relentless move at a time. One step at a time. One idea at a time. Learning one skill at a time. So eliminate decision fatigue by pre-planning your actions. Simplify your life ruthlessly so you can invest your best energy into your biggest priorities. Productivity isn't how much you accomplish. It's how effectively you move towards your ultimate vision. Stop chasing checklists and start chasing impact. Time isn't your enemy. Your mismanagement of it is. Time is abundant when you stop squandering it on low-value tasks. So respect your time and it will reward you infinitely. Another thing that you must do, and I always talk about this, surround yourself with accountability partners who refuse to tolerate your bullshit excuses. The right circle doesn't comfort you. They challenge you to rise. So remember, clarity creates urgency. Clearly define your purpose and productivity skyrockets. Vague goals produce vague results. Get comfortable being misunderstood. It doesn't matter if they don't understand you. Pursuing greatness means breaking away from the herd mentality. So embrace solitude if you have to. Own your uniqueness. Every morning, reconnect with your purpose. Remind yourself why you started. Fuel yourself with relentless, non-negotiable determination. And execute relentlessly. So remember, ship often. Just ship the product, send it, put it out there. Learn rapidly because mistakes are not setbacks. They're speed bumps on the road to greatness. Commit to daily uncomfortable growth. The edge of your comfort zone isn't your limit, it's your launch pad. You are worthy of massive success. Yes, you are. Because belief precedes action. Action creates momentum. Momentum changes your life. Recognize procrastination as fear in disguise and face it directly. Move through it relentlessly because productivity is the antidote to fear. Unlocking your full potential isn't magic. It's discipline. Daily intentional habits compound into extraordinary outcomes. And I want you to remember this. Nobody, absolutely nobody starts excellent. Excellence is built one disciplined choice at a time. So master the fundamentals, success follows. Your potential is limitless, limited only by your imagination, your execution, and willingness to persist despite temporary setbacks. So right now, refuse to settle another day. Choose greatness consciously, deliberately, unapologetically. Because here's the secret: you don't find greatness, you decide to create it. Choose boldly, act relentlessly, and greatness finds you. Now, take immediate action. Cut the excuses. Choose yourself. Unleash your potential. Maximize productivity. It starts now. And remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. If this hits you in the gut, good. That's your signal to wake the hell up. No more waiting for clarity. Create it. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next breakthrough. Share this with someone stuck in their head. And let's build a world of self-led warriors. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, think sharper, live louder, and never settle. Have a great day.